Good morning, baseball fans, and welcome to the Gus here in Waupun as we get ready here for the 2023 16U American Legion State Tournament being hosted here in Waupun. This is Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream here on YouTube. Hope you're going to follow along with our broadcast here. We're going to do the best we can to give you each and every game here that's going to be broadcasted tonight or today, so we'll be here for all four games. Let's talk a little bit about each of these teams as they get ready here for each of the teams as they get ready to come on out here. So Wittenberg will be the visiting team, so they're going to be hitting first. That's going to be number 6 is the pitcher, Hayden Miller, leading things off. At second hitter is going to be number 17, Hudson Miller. Third batter, and he's going to be playing out in left field. Third hitter is going to be number 27, Connor Meverden, and he is going to be the shortstop. Number 99, Oliver Freza, will be at first base. Number 23, Xander Barkey, will be the second baseman. Number 15, Keegan Benbow, will be behind the plate. Number 10, Bryson Schmid, will be in center field. Number 13, Chris Sipple, will be at right field. And number 5, Eddie Nowinski, will be the third baseman. Coaches for Wittenberg are going to be head coach Jeff Miller, Austin Warzala, and Jason Barkey are your coaches for Wittenberg. And they're going to be taking on, that's post 5:02 for Wittenberg. Let's take a look then as they're going to take their positions here and get ready for Campbellsport. Taking the field first is going to be number 8. Playing second base is going to be Jace Gable. Number 14, Braden Barkey. My apologies, will be pitching today. Number 6, Trent Schludweiler, will be playing center field. Number 34, Blake Heltmus, will be catching. And number 16, Carson Heisdorf, will be playing third base. Number 21, Riley Coleman, will be the shortstop. Number 4, Owen Bong, will be the right fielder. Number 9, Zach Zimdahl, will be in left. And number 32, Eli Fleischman, will be the first baseman. Coaches for Campbellsport are Gary Gable, Jeff Schludweiler, and Dave Booty. I'm inviting you guys to follow along here, and please make sure that you go ahead and put comments into into the YouTube chat. Got too many things that are running out here software-wise. We're going to get ready here for the national anthem. I'm going to step away, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream from the Gus in Waupun for the 2023 16U American Legion State Tournament. Welcome back here to the Gus in Waupun as we get ready for these teams to start off the state tournament here at the Gus. Hope you're going to enjoy this broadcast with us. We're very excited to be hosting the American Legion tournament here. We've been very fortunate here in Waupun with our facilities and with the support of the city to be able to provide numerous state tournaments here in Waupun, as well as national tournaments. We've had the Central Plains National Tournament here 3 times that I can recall, and all 3 times I've had numerous different camera setups. So this time I've got a couple of other setups that are taking place. We've got the center field camera working. I've got to figure out how to do some of this wirelessly, but please stick around with me. If I miss something, always come back. I'll eventually get it. And then I do have a third base shot that if I can remember to hit the button in time, we'll be able to pick up some of the infield throws over to first base. And then I also usually have, and I don't have it set up right now, so stick with me. I'm going to boot out of here because I'm going to go add the replay button in here. So hang on. I apologize for that. I'll be right back. You're not going to be able to hear me right away. So
Wittenberg, number 6, Hayden Miller.
all right, welcome back here. There's the first pitch that was thrown in there by Campbellsport's Braden Booty. It's a ball to the outside. Second one right down the middle. Looks like Randy Armga behind the plate. I know Justin gave me some of this, or Brent gave me some of this stuff as well. I'll double check that, but it sounds like Randy Armga down behind the plate. Inside, strike 2 to Miller. 1-2 is the count. I think Randy and Austin Armga looks like is over at the bases here. So here comes the pitch in by, nice hit there, over to the shortstop. Good hop, fires across the diamond, pulls him off the base, and he's going to be safe with an error by the shortstop. Well, I should wait. I'll let them make sure that they make the official call up here. So let's just double check and see if I've got that instant replay working correctly. I think I do. So we'll make sure that we use that button as well. Usually like to have this as my normal camera view with that center field shot, and then as soon as I hear a snap from the bat, I'll flip it over to the home page. Nice block there by the catcher from Campbellsport. That catcher is going to be number 34, Blake Heltemus. And if I make some of these pronunciations incorrect, you got that chat there. Please make sure you go ahead and get into the chat. Let us know how I'm supposed to pronounce these correctly. I like to give these shout-outs every once in a while since I don't have any advertising here. There's a strike, 1-1 to number 17, Hudson Miller. He's going to be the left fielder for Wittenberg, post 502. Runner over at first base. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball hammered over there to the third base side. Foul. Makes the count 1-2. So again, we got 12 computers logged on. It's fantastic to see you folks out there. Don't be afraid to put some stuff in the chat. Kids go back and watch these all the time. I've had a couple of boys that have played with my son a little bit high. 2-2, and we were just talking about it. I've got one of them to come and broadcast with me when we did the Girls Legion team, and he talked about, yes, he goes back and watches it, and even when they were actually playing, he loved to watch it just to see what was happening. That's going to be hit hard to the outfield, right to the left fielder. Overplays it, but the center fielder comes back with an automatic instant replay. What a catch on the backup by the center fielder. Incredible catch out there for Campbellsport's Trent Schludweiler. Wow. Misplayed there by the left fielder, and the center fielder snags it from behind him for the second out, or for the first out. Sorry about that. So it's going to go as an F8. It's going to be fouled off. 0-1 to the count to the right-hand side. Let's talk a little about how Wittenberg got here. Wittenberg is coming out of Region 1. And again, the thing that you're going to notice about this state tournament that's different than what everybody else has is that right there on the outside edge, strike 2. My Game Changer is showing me the balls and strikes and the runner over there, but it's not showing me the plays. Takes off, stealing, gets over to second, standing up, but goes down looking is Connor Meverden for the second out. And a stolen base again there by Miller. So see if I can pick up the... Just doesn't look nice. I guess it's there. I just can't figure out how to get it all to show with what's happening. So I'll have to do some adjusting. First pitch in here to number 4 hitter, number 99, Oliver Freza, in there for a strike. So Booty's doing a good job here of throwing strikes for Campbellsport. That's going to be fouled off to the right-hand side. That's going to be 0-2 now for Freza. Wittenberg was able to beat on the 14th. Last Friday, they beat DC Everest 3-1. And then they played New Richmond on the 15th, and they beat New Richmond 11-8. And then in the championship game, they played DC Everest once again, and they beat them 4-1. Outside edge, probably a little bit low. Not ever going to question Randy Armga with all of his experience behind the plate. And again, he still is human, so he probably will make some mistakes, but definitely trust what he's going to call behind there for us. Strike 3, fouled. He got a piece of it. Can't hear that, obviously, with my headset on. Here's that third base shot, so you can see the runner over at second base. Catcher caught that one just a little bit on the inside, maybe, of the thigh or something, so good relationship always exists between the umpire and the catcher. I mean, you get pretty intimate being back there behind him. It's going to be pop foul back. Out of play. Keeps the count at 1-2 with 2 down. Runner now over at second base with that stolen base. Had him moving on the swing the last time. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball stays inside. 2-2. Thought it was going to nick the elbow there. Looked like he was in a good position there to possibly wear it. Did not happen. Here's the pitch on the outside edge. That's going to be popped up into the air. Right fielder's calling for it. Gets underneath it and makes the play. And that's going to be the third out. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. After a half inning, Wittenberg 5-0-0. And coming up to bat is going to be Campbellsport post 222. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Please, again, put some stuff in the chat. We'll give those shout-outs to those players. Welcome back here to the Gus here in Waupun. Bottom half of the first inning coming up. Post 222 from Campbellsport coming up to bat. That's going to be leadoff hitter. Is going to be number 8, Jace Gable. He's the second baseman. On deck will be number 14, Braden Booty, the pitcher. And then in the hole will be number 6, Trent Schludweiler. He is the center fielder who made one heck of a catch out there. Campbellsport got here, kind of a strange setup that they ended up having for Region 6. There were so many teams that were putting in for Region 6 So instead of shuffling teams around to get a better balance, they ended up splitting it into sub-regionals, and the winner of each of the sub-regionals then came and played each other. So that happened to be Campbellsport out of the one sub-regional, the Lemira sub-regional, and Beaver Dam was the one that came out of the Beaver Dam sub-regional. And Campbellsport and Beaver Dam ended up playing each other 3 times to determine the champ because they ended up splitting. And that Campbellsport came out the victor in that 3 games. First pitch in there for the Wittenberg pitcher. That's going to be Hayden Miller. Throws a strike to Gable. Both of these pitchers so far have been dealing okay, and I know it's only the first half inning. Cranks it up a little bit more right at the knees and on that outside edge. 0-2 to Gable. The second baseman. Here comes the pitch. Right there on the outside edge, looking and going down for the first out. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Jace Gable. Going to bring up the pitcher now for Campbellsport. Left-handed hitter, Braden Booty coming up with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, fouled off. So 4 pitches so far, 4 strikes thrown here by Miller from Wittenberg. Catcher behind the plate is Keegan Benbow, number 15. Here comes the pitch. Inside edge for a strike. You can see that one here now. It's hard for us to always make these calls up and down, but you can start to make the adjustments. And again, I think you have a pretty good picture of it from center field in there. And I probably could zoom in a little bit more. Maybe I'll do that after the next game if I have a little bit of time. We'll have to see here. That breaking ball didn't break. First ball that he has thrown. Makes the count 1-2. Booty did a great job there on the mound in the first inning as well. Continue to stick with us. Hey, and if you've got some friends, family who can't be down here in Waupun, which is unfortunate, we got a beautiful weekend coming up here for some baseball. So if you have a chance, swing down here, come and visit us. Plenty of places to stay. Got a camper, tent? Come on down and stay at County Park. If you can't find a hotel room nearby, here's the pitch on the outside edge, doing a good job trying to foul that thing off. In there. Good catch out there by the Campbellsport coach. Count stays at 1-2. Yep, I'm not doing a good job of keeping track of those fouls. That's kind of where I was off on the pitch count the last time. Here comes the pitch. That breaking ball not breaking again. Trying to overthrow it kind of a little bit. You can see with the arm motion here, and that's usually the difference between your varsity, I'm going to say varsity pitchers. I'm not saying that he wasn't a varsity pitcher, but he's kind of looking like he was trying to roll over the top of it and not quite getting the grip on the ball that he needs to. There's a strike right down the middle. It's going to be hit over to the second baseman. Fields it on a good hop, shows across the diamond, and gets the out for the putout of Booty. 4-3 on the putout for the second out. Xander Barkey picked it up and fired across the diamond over to Oliver Freza for the out. 2 down here for post 222. Sometimes the teams have that's going to be hit into the air. Really short. Center fielder says, I got it. Calls off the second baseman and makes the play for the out. So Schmid makes the fly out. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After 1 complete, your score is 0-0 here from the Gus in Waupun. I'll always take that break here as we go in between innings, and I sometimes have my Chromebook set up to play some music, but I don't have that right now. So now we're going to try and make sure that we're doing a good job of keeping track here of pitch counts and getting everything entered in there. Not sure on this new app. can't find where they have the strikes and balls. Or where they have everything set up. Because it's a Chromebook, I know that that's part of the reason why I'm not seeing the field set up. Let's see what they set up here for plays. Looks very familiar, but I can't, not seeing how, yeah, I think I was pretty close to that as well. Welcome back here to the Gus. Breaking ball in there by Booty in there for a strike. Right down the middle, that's going to be hit out to the outfield. Center fielder again tracks it down and snags it out of the air for the first out.
Brings up number 15, Keegan Benbow.
So Barkey flies out to the center fielder. One pitch, one out. Brings out number 15, Keegan Benbow, the catcher. That one hops a little bit. Snagging it there is the catcher, number 34, Blake Heltemus. Here's the pitch. Inside and low. 2-0. Opening game here on the 2023 16U state tournament. 3-0 now. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Taking all the way was Benbow. 3-1. Nice little breeze here. Beautiful day for some baseball. On the outside edge, fouled off to the right side. Brings it to a full count. Base coaches over there. Booty on the delivery. A little bit high, and we're going to have our first walk of the game. Second time that Wittenberg's been able to get a runner on.
Now batting center fielder number 10, Bryson Schmidt. People on there.
6-7. So Wittenberg with a runner over at first base once again. They did get one runner all the way over to second base in that first inning. Here comes the pitch, taken off right away. Good throw down by the catcher, but out. Must have slid off the base or slid right into the tag. It was going to be close, but he ends up with a nice throw down there. Once again, Heltemus fired it down, got it over to the shortstop, Coleman, and puts the tag on him and gets the out. So they're testing him early. Caught stealing. That's going to be hit. Top or bottom of the fence, hit that ball coming across, and a double for Schmid coming in and getting things going here for a hit. Great job there. It's too bad that they had that caught stealing because that would have been a run in for sure. But I'll take the aggressiveness. Breaking ball knocked down there by Heltemus. That fell a little bit short. At bat now is number 13, Chris Sipple. He is the right fielder for post 502. And sometimes these teams do have nicknames, like I was trying to mention before, and I didn't ask the coaches if they did. That's going to be hit into the air to the center fielder with two down. That's going to erase that double that was hit for the third out. So we've got 1 hit on no runs, no errors, and 1 left on. After 1.5 complete here at the Gus in Waupun, your score is 0-0. Campbellsport post 222 coming up to bat here after the switch in the half inning. You're listening to Jeff's Hour here on Jeff's live stream on YouTube. Hey, thanks for getting stuff in the chat. I'll pick those up here shortly. Thank you. Too many shots to the head. Welcome back here to the Gus in Waupun. Bottom of the second inning. Leading things off is going to be the catcher, number 34, Blake Heltemus. On deck will be Carson Heisdorf. And in the hole will be Riley Coleman. 11 pitches in that first inning. That's going to be hit on the ground. Pitcher snags that one, fires over to the first baseman, and gets the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. On the 1-3 putout. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Carson Heisdorf. On deck will be number 21, Riley Coleman. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. Wasn't sure if it actually had hit the bottom of the bat because that kind of took a little weird ricochet. Campbellsport trying to get their first hit here. That's going to be a little bit of a blooper. That might be some trouble. Off of the glove of the right fielder. I can stick with whether that's a hit or an error. You can go either way with that call. Gives the base hit. So Heisdorf with the first hit of the game for Campbellsport. And they have a runner now on base over at first base. That's a tough play. Second baseman had a long run, had to turn and run and get that, and the right fielder had a long run to come in and get it just off of the glove after sliding on his knees. Bunt opportunity here. Picks it up by the pitcher, fires across, moves the runner over, does what he wants, and gets the out. But they have a runner now over at second base. Nice job there again by the pitcher, though, for Wittenberg to field that cleanly and get it over there in time. And a great bunt there to move him over. That's going to be over in foul territory. First baseman's going to grab it for the third out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And after 2 complete, their score is 0-0. Let's take a look at what we got going on in the chat here. So, again, appreciate that. Dustin Reese, if I do some stuff, please correct me. That's fine. I'm good with that. So, the best thing for baseball is live streams. I'm hoping that is. When was the last time you could say you went through an entire Legion with barely any rainouts in this part of the state? That is true, Dustin. But we don't usually get a lot of rainouts here in Waupun anyways because of the artificial turf, and we have good drainage out there. So Doesn't happen a lot, but across the entire state, you're right. Excited to watch Coach Brian Courtney and Toma play later this afternoon. Mike Sheldon, you betcha. Anyway, give a shout out to Coach Brian Courtney and Gavin Courtney. They're listening on the way down to the tournament. I know they're in the car, so there's your shout out to the coaches that are coming here for Toma. I'm excited. I love doing these tournaments. It's a long 4 days or 5 days, how long it ever is set up, but we hope that you get a great experience when you come here to the Gus. That is our whole goal. And again, I'm not really considered to be a professional live streamer yet. I'm working on it. I'm hoping, and I'll talk a little bit about why I've got that Venmo account down there. So we'll be back here just shortly. Going to take a sip, and we'll be back here for the top of the third. Welcome back here. First pitch to the number 9 hitter, number 5, Eddie Nowinski. He is the third baseman for Wittenberg post 502. Again, I love about the American Legion stuff. I love the fact that the communities are all wrapped into this. And a huge shout out again to Waupun's post 210 for they've been able to host some type of tournament at multiple levels for the American Legion. And I just think that I'm hoping that people think that we do a good job here. I know tomorrow we got both going on here. We've got the 16U state tournament here, and then we've got the girls. The first regional game is going to be down over at Jerry Miedema. So, again, there's a thing you can check out while you come here. Slapped foul. See what the count is here. See if I can get it from you. 2-2 from Randy Armga. I should trust people that they've got it right on the scoreboards. Oh, good breaking ball on the outside. He does catch it. Nowitzki thought he may have dropped it. He's going to go down swinging for the first out. Brings up the top of the order. Hayden Miller, number 6, pitcher for post 502. Oh, yeah, it fell out of a pocket. Just throw it anywhere. There's the pitch. Again, on the outside edge. He is doing a great job. Booty is nibbling right on that outside edge. Can't see the up and down with that breaking ball. I can't quite see the front of the plate, but wow, he has done a fantastic job. That's going to be fouled back. There was a chance for the hitter to get a base hit, but just missed it. Miller reached last time on the error by the shortstop. Threw it just a little bit up the line, pulled the first baseman off. Here's the pitch. Strike. Caught it with his hand, so again, we'll see what happens here. Randy Armga typically does exactly what you should as an umpire. The catcher and the umpire have a great relationship. Gives him a chance to get rid of that stinger. Catcher, I believe that is Heltemus. Heltemus, yep. Said, I'm fine. That's going to be fouled off to the right side. And I've lost track of the pitch count here, so I think that's the 4th pitch, if I remember correctly. Booty doing a great job there. Braden Booty for Campbellsport post 222. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Hit over to the third base side. That's going to be foul. Good snag over there by the Wittenberg coach. Not sure which one that is, but it's good hands. Snagged her up. Do whatever you need to do. Slide her wherever and figure out what you can grab. One of the things I also like about doing this on the outside edge, he asks him. No, he does not go. First ball. Get all kinds of people up here in the booth, and we all try and work together to make sure we get good experience for people down on the field, people in the bleachers, as well as out there on the live stream. On the inside edge. Comes back the first time inside. Gets him looking for the second out. 6 pitches there to Hayden Miller. So his pitcher on pitcher. It's going to bring up, I'm assuming there's a relationship here between Hayden and Hudson, but who knows. Number 17, Hudson Miller, left fielder, coming up to bat. First pitch in there. Booty is just firing strikes. Normally on the old Game Changer, they gave a strike 2 They gave us first strike percentage. I can't find that listed any place there, but I'll keep digging around. I'll get used to it, just not used to the web version. I'm not afraid of technology, obviously. Getting ready with the pitch. Here it is. Down the middle, gets him swinging for the out. 3 up and 3 down here in the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 3 strikeouts that inning for Braden Booty, the pitcher for Campbellsport post 222. You're listening to Jeff's Hour here on Jeff's live stream. Thanks again for putting stuff in the chat. We'll be back here shortly for the bottom of the third. Welcome back here to the Gus. Here for the bottom of the third inning, Campbellsport post 222 coming up. Leading things off is number 9, Zach Zimdahl. He's the left fielder. 1-1 is the count to Zimdahl. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off. Coach says, I'm not sticking my hand out for that rocket, and he shouldn't have. Both these pitchers are doing their job here. Hayden Miller throwing for Wittenberg. Here comes the pitch on the outside. It's going to be hit over to the shortstop. Got to grab it quick and fire, and does. Good play there by the shortstop. Grabbing a hold of it and firing it across the diamond to get the first out. Connor Meverden over at shortstop. Good job. Here comes the first pitch in here to number 32, Eli Fleischman. He's the first baseman. In there for a strike. Man, both these pitchers are just dealing really well. Inside. No harm, though. Didn't catch anything there. Slid all the way back to the backstop. 1-1. There's that old jinx 'em, they make a comment that they're doing well, and of course they throw the next one and throw it away right into the backstop. Outside. Tried to get a frame there was the catcher, and that's number 15, Keegan Benbow. 2-1 to Fleischman. Left-handed hitter here for Campbellsport. Number 9 hitter. Fouls that off to the left-hand side. Evens the count at 2-2. With 1 down. Yeah, so if you haven't been here to the Gus, we got the perfect location. I've done live streaming all over the state, and you cannot ask for a better location. They did a great job of building this facility on the outside edge. Little bit too far, 3-2. So you can kind of see us right there in that window up in the corner. I'm not going to wave out, but stick around with us as we get closer to the end of the game. I'm going to try and get down on the field if I can figure out how to swing it, make it work out. There's a strikeout. swing in for the second out.
Brings up leadoff hitter number 8, Jace Gable.
Going to bring up the lead-off hitter, the second baseman for Campbellsport, Jace Gable, number 8. Struck out looking last time. Hayden Miller, sign. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball didn't quite come in as much as he was hoping, and that's going to be a ball. So we'll try and get down there and talk to the winning team. Try and get the opportunity for kids to practice their communication skills. We want to make this a well-rounded experience. Not only are we looking at the good sportsmanship and skills that they have on the baseball field, but we want to make sure that we give them the opportunity in line right there with the Legion expectations while they are supporting this program. 3-0 to Gable. Campbellsport's only had one runner on so far. Miller's been able to mow him down, but right now, break down the middle at the knees for a strike. You knew Gable was taken all the way, 3-1. And that's up in the air. Coaches are all over the place with it. I always liked them to swing at it because you knew that it was going to be a strike. That's going to be hit on the ground to the third baseman. Bobbles it, picks it up, fires across the diamond, and gets the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on. After 3 complete, still 0-0. No runners past second base for either team. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. We'll come back and we'll check out what we've got going on in the chat after this, and then I'll talk about that little Venmo donation thing that I have. We'll be back. Welcome back here to the Gus, top of the 4th inning. So once again, kind of briefly mentioned it a little bit here. New pitcher coming in here for Campbellsport, post 222. That's going to be Owen Bong coming in at the 45 cutoff and throws right off the bat 4 pitches for a walk to the number 3 hitter, Connor Meverden, number 27. I think that's the third base runner that I see here for fourth base runner for Wittenberg. Anyways, that inside did catch the jersey. He tried to get out of the way, but ends up hitting him. So I have a feeling that this must have been an issue with boy. I'm not sure why you take Booty out of pitching. Again, I'm not the coach. I don't know. Coach is coming up here, 5 pitches, 5 balls. Hit by pitch. Now they got runners at first and second, so I think he's going to just go out there and settle them down. But anyways, I've tossed this back and forth between doing a pay-per-view setup versus a donation setup. And again, I started my live streaming. My whole philosophy was, well, number one is to be a good fan, so I put a microphone in front of my mouth so I'm not yelling at the coaches and yelling at the players out there, because then you find out how silly you sound. But then the next reason was that I want to make sure that everybody had a chance to watch neighbors, nieces, nephews, cousins, aunts, uncle, anybody else who ever wanted to see their kiddos play. That comes in there for a pitch. Coach did a good job of settling them down. Of course, Barkey was going to be taking all the way. Strike one from the new pitcher. Right down the middle, lays down a pretty good bunt. Picked up, fires over to third, gets the force. Ooh. Oh, wow. Boy, I thought he had him. And I guess they're going to give him that then a fielder's choice, but man. Yeah, I don't know if Coach didn't know that it was a force, but I do think that he's asking him if it was a force, because it was. And I think that we'll see what happens here with the coach, because I think he is asking Austin about that. And Austin, usually if he makes a mistake, he'll admit it here, but it's pretty hard also for the officials just to backtrack. So he's going to say that he wasn't stepping on the base from what we gathered from it. So again, our view up here, this is what it looked like to us. We agreed that we thought that it was an out, but again, we're not on the field, so we can't see if the foot was off or not. So runners now full, or bases loaded. Next pitch is a ball. Two and 0. No place to put him. Right down the middle for a strike. Boy, I don't know if the coach is probably wondering why I made that change now or not, but we've got bases loaded here for Wittenberg. On the outside edge again, brings it 2-2. So you can see again that Owen Bong settled down a little bit here. Coming back, throwing some strikes right away. Down the middle, that's going to be fouled off. Keeps the count at 2-2. So going back to the Venmo donations, if you use Venmo and you think that we put together a quality product here, I certainly would appreciate any donations. It's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop. He's going to field and try to get the double play, and does not, and throws it away. And now they're going to score a second run, and they only had no outs anyway, so I don't understand that. Why not throw home for the force? Oh, wow. The throwing error is going to allow for him to advance. Would have been an fielder's choice again. Put out here on 6-4 for the first out. And then scoring on the error is Freza. And then Benbow advances over to second, so no forces anywhere with only one out. Brings up number 10, Bryson Schmid. 2-0. Once again, Bong falls behind in the count. Definitely don't want to be doing that. Ooh, 3-0. Boy, you got to be really thinking about, why did I pull Booty? And he walks him. Runners now at first and second for post 502. They push 2 runs across. On the inside edge there for a strike to number 13, Chris Sipple, the right fielder. Here's the pitch. High. 1-1. There's your runners over at first and second. You can see your infield setup here. Wittenberg coach. Not sure which one that one is. If you know out there, put it in the chat. That's going to be pop fly, base hit on a Texas leaguer to the right side. And that doesn't allow one run, or nope, bases loaded. They all move up. Base hit for Sipple.
Third baseman, number 5, Eddie Nowinski.
So even though they pushed 2 runs across, that really is, I've got that down as that's the only that's 1 hit in this inning. Wow. Bases loaded. Coming up to bat, number 5, Eddie Nowinski. In there for a strike. Nowinski struck out in the 3rd. So post 502, able to draw some blood here in the top of the 4th inning. Strike 2. Oh, you can smell that grill. This is not a good time to be having a grill. Fouled that one off. Keeps it at 0-2. I'm sure Sandy is down there or got somebody helping her grill some of the burgers and brats that are down here. I'm hoping I'm making you hungry as well. Come on down. Enjoy some state baseball action. Ball 1. 1-2 with only 1 out. Bases are loaded. And a strike on the outside edge. Boy, he delivered fast. I couldn't even flip my camera back to it. Oh, he struck out. Yes, that's right. I had it as a 1-2 count too. So, yep. K's swinging. 2nd out. Runner still at the full base. Yeah. Bases are loaded. Runners at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Top of the order, the pitcher, Hayden Miller. Swing. 1-1. Miller struck out looking in the 3rd, reached on an error in the 1st. Bases are loaded. Already got 2 runs across. Little change of pace there. 1-2. Here comes the next pitch. Down the middle, and he strikes out swinging. And that 8 batters in the inning, now they've got 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left on for Wittenberg. 5-2, but they were able to push a couple of runs across. We'll be back here for the bottom of the 4th when Campbellsport tries to come back and see if they can get the equalizers. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far from the beautiful diamond here, the Gus in Waupun. Okay, so what was the purpose of pulling that first pitcher out? Welcome back here to the Gus as we get ready here for the bottom of the 4th. Campbellsport trailing 2-0 to Wittenberg post 502, who put 2 runs across here in the top of the 4th. Coming up is going to be number 14, Braden Booty, though the pitcher that they pulled. Can they re-enter him? Oh, and it counts as a 2nd appearance. Oh, yeah. So you got 2 appearances over 4 days? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, sometimes we learn from our mistakes, right? I'm not saying that it's going to be. We'll see what happens here. Braden Booty is going to be up here for the bottom of the 4th. He's currently the 2nd baseman now. Number 6, Trent Schludweiler is on deck. Number 34, Blake Heltemus is in the hole. Here's the pitch. Miller continuing to fire. Strike to Booty. Yeah, again, sometimes you have to live and learn sometimes. But haven't seen a lot of baseball. You save him for 1 day rest, but they could be eliminated out of the tournament here, and they're not even be able to use him. And then there's an appearance rule that state tournament has that actually it's all the tournaments have. You can only make 2 appearances over 3 days or 4 days. I can't remember what that rule is. That's going to be fouled off to the left-hand side again. Still 0-2. Wittenberg keeping Hayden Miller on the mound, which again I think is what you do. I can't remember, what does he have for a pitch count, Miller? 34 it says there. Yeah, wow. He's in really good shape. I'll have to pull out my iPad, see what it looks like on the iPad. Slaps that one over to the left-hand side. That'll fall in there for a base hit. So Campbellsport, maybe they made the right call there. Trusting on their offense to get things rolling. Schludweiler coming up to bat now. On deck will be Heltemus. Runner over at first base is Booty. It's only the second runner that's made it on base here for Campbellsport from what I've got from my book. Oh! That looked like a good pitch. Must have missed it. We'll say it was high. Ball 1 to Schludweiler. Miller from the stretch. Again from this camera view too. There's a strike. Kids get to actually evaluate themselves too if they go back and watch this. And like I said, boys I've talked to that were on the Waupun team, they would go back and watch these games right away that same day after it was done, no matter if they won or lost. They wanted to check themselves out. That's going to be popped up into the air. We'll see if it's going to be trouble. Center fielder's got a call on it for 5:02 and picks it up. Center fielder is going to be Schmid, who picks that up for the first out of the inning. Brings up number 34, Blake Heltemus, the catcher for Campbellsport. Heltemus tried to bunt, or actually no, tried to hit the ball, and it was good snag there by Miller on the mound. Fires back, steps off, trying to hold Booty. Miller ready to deliver. Outside edge, misses. 2-0. 1-0. Sorry, that first one was a throw over. Carson Heisdorf on deck for Campbellsport. Just missing again. Not sure if the strike zone has tightened up just a little bit here in the fourth. Hayden Miller hit on the ground. Third base over the coach. Tried to get that hand out there and snag it. 2-1. It's only the second time up here for some Campbellsport hitters. We're with that last inning, most of got the leadoff hitter and the second hitter for Wittenberg with 3 at-bats already. Post 222, trying to draw back. Hit's going to be hit over to the second baseman. Turns, fires. Couldn't get out of the glove. The shortstop tried to get that double play, but he's going to reach on the fielder's choice. Going to be put out 4-6, and then makes it on a fielder's choice. So 2 down now for post 222 from Campbellsport. Throws over right away is Miller. Wasn't even set yet. I think he tried to catch the runner sleeping in Heltemus. Almost got him. Coming from the stretch once again. Strike there by Heisdorf. Oh and 1. Here's the pitch. Tries to steal a hit and run. Good job there. Turns. He's going to get to third. Oh, the right fielder was sleeping. I think Campbellsport's going to push one across here. They're going to see if they can send him in. Here comes the throw, and he's in there for all the way around. Braden Booty kicks it into gear on a great execution of a hit and run
Single to right field.
and ends up scoring on the single.
21, Riley Coleman.
Well, I don't know. You give that a single or is that a double? Oh, he stayed there? Oh, I guess so that we'll give him a single. That makes it easy. Oh, it should have been a double. Runners at first base. Okay. Campbellsport was able to push a run across. That makes it 2-1. First pitch in here to Coleman is a strike. I don't know how that happens. Neither one of the outfielders were moving for it. On the outside edge, strike 2. Here comes the pitch. I couldn't really help you because I'm not counting along the way. I can't even see that the runner stayed at first, so I certainly ain't going to help you with pitch count. 1-2's the count with 2 outs. Campbellsport gets 1 across, gets rid of the 0 here in the bottom of the 4th. They still are batting. 1-2's the count to Coleman. Runner over at first, outside, 2-2. Coleman had a nice bunt. It's a sacrifice bunt, moved the runner over. In the second inning. 2-2 is the count, 2 outs. Wittenberg with 2s. Campbellsport with the post 222. It looks like 2s are flying all over the place over here in Waupun. We'll take that, though. Deuce is wild. Here comes the pitch. On the outside edge, swinging strikeout to Coleman for the 3rd out. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left on after 4 complete. It is 2-1. Campbellsport relying heavily on their offense. I'm going to come back in and check that chat, so add some new stuff there if you've already put it there. I don't care how many times you chat, they neither do the kids. They like to see some of the comments that are there. So thanks, Dustin. I can jump it in. There's only one person who's put in there. Jeff Miller's the coach at 3rd. So thanks for sharing that. We'll be back here shortly. Top of the 5th. 49 pitches for Miller. Wow, is he just doing a great job at dealing after 4 innings? That's amazing. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's Live Streams. Well, that doesn't help. I didn't even have my slider up, so all that talking I was doing is just wasting air. My apologies, folks. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be hit into the air. See if it's deep enough to advance the runners. I don't think so. And a good catch there by the center fielder for the second out. Keeps the runners in position for Wittenberg. So back to a couple of innings. So Hudson Miller strikes out on 4 pitches. Number 27, Connor Meverden, got hit by a pitch after 3 balls and ended up getting hit with a 4th one. From the stretch, in there for a strike to Benbow. And then Fraser just came up and hit a nice single right between the shortstop and the third baseman. Barkey just flew out to center. That's going to be low, 1-1 to Keegan Benbow. He reached with a walk in the second, then got caught stealing. Hit into the fielder's choice, got all the way to third. Inside again. 2-1 with 2 outs. Behind the plate umpire is Randy Armga, local guy. He's also my broadcast buddy for when we do baseball and softball and football and basketball whenever he finds the opportunity to do so. 3-1, and that's going to be in there for a strike. 3-2 to Benbow. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. They're going to be moving here on the pitch. Here's the pitch by Bong. Outside, walks him. And now bases are loaded for Wittenberg post 5:02. Brings up Bryson Schmid. Yep. Is it Schmid or Schmidt? Is there a T on there? Looks like they're going to be having a conversation again on the mound. He's taking the ball out of this pitcher's hand. Must be 45 pitches for him as well. Wow. Okay, I'm going to step away here while they're making another pitching change. See if I can get to see if I brought my iPad. I don't know if I did or not. I'll have to do some double checking. I got everything else up here except for the kitchen sink, but I probably don't have my iPad. We'll be back. Welcome back here to the Gus. New pitcher is going to be number 9, Zach Zimdahl for Campbellsport. First pitch by Zimdahl's a ball. So I wonder if this was their strategy last during regionals that had worked for them. Just seems like very strange. Unless you just have that many pitchers, but I mean, who goes tomorrow? Because if they're throwing these first two through 45, they're not playing tomorrow or pitching tomorrow. 3-0. With 2 outs. Bases loaded here for post 5-0-2 from Wittenberg. Here's the pitch. Down the middle, a little bit high, but took some pace off of it to make sure he throws the strike. Here's the next pitch. Hit hard. Left side. That's going to carry. Hits the bottom of the fence. That's going to be 1 in. 2 in. I think they're going to try and score. Yeah, 2 for sure. Wow. What a hit for Schmid. Oh, double. All the way out to the field. Hit off the bottom of the fence. Wow. 4-1. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Hit right up off of the mound. Second baseman grabs a backhand, fires across, and a good stretch to get the out. But Wittenberg pulls, or does it once again, and scores 2 runs in that inning with, I only have it down as 2 hits. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. As Sipple grounds out to the second baseman. A really good play there by the second baseman to get the third out. Score 4-1 here after 4.5. We'll be back here for the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. We'll be back. Hayden Miller throws 1 pitch. Owen Bong flies out to the second baseman for the out. Brings up number 9, Zach Zimdahl, for post 222. Yep, here's the third pitch in there. 2-0 to Zimdahl. Campbellsport's got some work to do here to try to get back into this game here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. It's going to be fouled off. 1-2. Yep. My iPad is too old to run this, the new one. Here comes the pitch. Inside. 3-1. See if I can run it through Chrome, see what it looks like. Zimdahl at the plate. Here's the pitch on the outside edge for a strike. Full count. Here comes the next pitch. And draws the walk. So they got one runner in.
Kindle draws the walk,
Brings up number 32, Eli Fleischman.
Eli. 35 for 32.
New hitter coming in for Campbellsport's number 35.
Pitch hitter number 35, Nathan Regal.
Nathan Regal. Coming in to hit. Runner over at first. A little bit low to the new hitter. Ball one. Zimdahl sitting over at first base after drawing the walk. In there for a strike, 1-1. Ball two, just missing. It's Hayden Miller. Might be getting a little tired here, but I think he's only like probably at 59, 60 pitches, somewhere in there. Confirmed up here. Yeah, so. Three and one. On the 60th pitch. He already would not be able to pitch. Now at this 60, is that the next change? So he's off already for 2 days. 61, and he draws the walk. So we'll see if coach is going to come out and have a conversation. Runners at first and second, and that's what looks like what's going to happen. We're going to step away here while I try and mess around with another piece of technology. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far from the Gus here in Waupun, Gerald E. Thompson Field. Top of the order now for Campbellsport, post 222, Jace Gable has yet to be on base. Fires over to second. The second baseman was sneaking back in. Only one out. Campbellsport trailing by 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Miller fires in there for a strike. Coach must have gone out there and had a conversation and said, just throw strikes, trust our defense. So far, they've done a pretty good job. On the outside edge, strike 2, 0-2 to Jace Gable. I think he's playing right field now. Here comes the pitch from Miller. Steps off. Here comes the pitch. That's in the dirt for a ball. 1-2. Miller struggling just a little bit this inning. That's going to be hit hard right over the head of the west of post 502's left fielder. That's going to score one. Stumbling across coming into third base. So only one run's going to come across, but a double for Jace Gable, who has got his first hit of the game. And an RBI as he scores Zimdahl. Regal is over to third base. So only one out here. Braden Booty coming up to bat. Put out on the fielder's choice last time after reaching with a single. Looks like Campbellsport's offense is coming to life. Here's the pitch. 2-0 to Booty. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 2-2. Miller looking in. Here's the pitch. Inside. Full count. There's only one out. No, is that 3-1? I'm sorry. 3-1. Here comes the pitch. Outside, draws the walk. Bases are now loaded for the number 3 hitter, Trent Schludweiler.
Now batting center fielder, Trent Schludweiler.
Four to 2 is the score. Campbellsport pushed one across. I guess right now the Campbellsport coach knows his players better than we do up here. We're just going with typical philosophy. Ball in the dirt. 1-0. Miller ready to deliver. In there for a strike, 1-1. Give a little bit of extra oomph there. The hat comes off. Now that I'm done messing around with some of the other technology, I can go back to showing different camera views here. Strike. 2. Ahead of Schludweiler, 1-2 with only one out. Big out right here. Miller can get this out. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. On the hop. Picks up. Fires across the diamond. Gets the out, but a run scores. And this is the second time that that's happened. I'm really surprised in seeing that. Allows the run to score. Runners move up to second and third. Schludweiler put out on the 6-3 put out for the second out. The catcher coming up now for Campbellsport, who's closed it within 4-3 on the ground to the shortstop. Fielded, fires across the diamond, and gets the out for the third out. So we got 2 runs.
2 runs.
1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for Campbellsport post 222 here in the bottom of the 5th. 4-3 is the score. Coming back here for the top of the 6th. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. Try and get myself back here focused into broadcast mode. Once again, put some stuff out there in the chat. The kids are going to come back and watch. Who's your favorite player? Who are you cheering for in this game? Tell me your favorite cam review. Maybe you don't like me flipping back and forth. I'm okay with that as well. And just a reminder, try and stick with me. I'm going to get my microphone charged up, and we'll go from there. Welcome back here to the Gus. First pitch in there by number 9 for Campbellsport. Zach Zimdahl coming in for his second inning. Strike on the outer edge to the new hitter also for Wittenberg post 502, Jonas Bushman, the left-handed hitter. 0-2 is the count. And gets him swinging for the third out. For the strike 3 for the first out. It's going to bring up number 6, the pitcher, Hayden Miller. Oh, gets out of the way of that one that slipped off the hand of Zimdahl. Ball 1 to Miller. It's going to be a little bit low. Ball 2. Miller having a hard time here at the plate, but doing a good job on the mound. Ball 3. 3-0. Here comes the pitch. That's in there for a strike 3-1. Zimdahl, right down the middle. That's going to be hit into the air. Right center gap. Right fielder. What a catch by the right fielder. We got to throw that on the instant replay. Reaches up there and gets the out. That's tough for Hayden Miller, who is still looking for his first hit. Ends up flying out for the second out. It's going to bring up number 17, Hudson Miller. He also struck out twice, flew out to center field. First pitch to him is going to be a ball from Zimdahl. Two down, brushing him back. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Ball low, 3-0 to Hudson Miller. Wittenberg 502 has the lead right now, 4-3. Campbellsport continuing to claw their way back into the game. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle in there for a strike, 3-1. Here's the pitch. And draws the walk. Tying run now over at first base with 2 outs. It's going to bring up number 27, Connor Meverden. Zimdahl, the pitcher for Campbellsport. Miller with a good lead. In the dirt, good stop there by Heltemus. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Outside. Oh, Heltemus again. What a snag. Stop the runner from advancing. 2-0. Inside 3-0 now to Meverden. Got a walk and a hit by pitch and a strikeout. And that's going to be in the dirt, and he draws another walk. Runners at first and second. Making things a little bit more interesting here. Brings up number 99, Oliver Fraza. Fraza was hit by a pitch in the fourth, hit a single in the fifth, flew out to right in the first. In the dirt, ball one from Zimdahl. Where are we at on pitch count for Zimdahl? 23 pitches so far. 25, okay. 1-1. In there for a strike. Foul ball kind of hopped up and caught the catcher, so once again, Randy Armga and Heltemus having a conversation, making sure he's okay and he's ready. Down low, 2-1. Opening game here of the 2023 16U American Legion Tournament here in Waupun. And a good one it is. Here's the pitch. Hit to the right side. That's going to find a hole. That's going to send possibly one run coming in. Nope. Cut off. Here's the play at the plate. And he advances in for the run. Fraza with the RBI single. Should have advanced over to second. Wasn't quite paying attention there, but a good job of running by Meverden to get over to third. Stretches that lead back out to 2 runs, 5-3 for post 5:02 from Wittenberg. Here comes the pitch. A little bit high to Xander Barkey, number 23 for Wittenberg. Ball one. It's going to be hit in the gap, and that's going to score 1. And that's going to get past both, so they're going to score 2. As the play coming in at third. Safe. Yep, beat it in. They did. There's no doubt about that. Boy, you got to give that a triple, too, don't we?
Triple for Markey scores 2.
Yeah, I know, but nobody touched it at all. It just rolled through them. So it's got to be a triple. Yeah, I would agree with you. Inside.
Yeah, batting number 15.
2 more runs score makes it 7-3 for Wittenberg. 2-0 to Keegan Benbow, the catcher, number 15. Zimdahl struggling a little bit here in this inning. Runner sitting over at third base. Double and an error. Going to score that. Here comes the pitch. Outside edge for a strike. 3-1 to Benbow. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, full count. With 2 outs, runner over at third base. Zimdahl on the mound for post 222. In the dirt, draws the walk. Number 10, Bryson Schmid coming up to bat.
Now batting number 10, Bryson Schmidt.
Coach is going to make a call and go to the mound. We'll step away here. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream on YouTube. Welcome back here to the Gus Campbellsport post 222 coming in with a new pitcher. That's going to be Jace Gable, number 8, the 4th pitcher being used here by Campbellsport. The first 3 are not able to pitch until Sunday. Rather interesting development here for Campbellsport, I think.
New pitcher for Campbellsport, number 8, Jace Gable.
It's going to bring up number 10 still at the plate. That's going to be Bryson Schmid. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Gable, here's the pitch. Outside, good job there by Heltemus again, saving runners from advancing. Ball 1 to Schmid. Been really impressed with Heltemus behind the plate. Runner takes off. They're going to fire down, cut it off by the second baseman, and the runner's going to advance. Second and third now with 2 outs. Takes the force out of play. Gable. Right down the middle there for a strike. 1-2. Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be hit into the air right at the center fielder. Oh, going back and carrying, and a good job there by the center fielder for post 222 to get the out. But 3 runs have scored in this inning. Got 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We'll be back here for the bottom of the 6th. Nope. Let's go to the top of the 7th. Bottom of 6. Well, let's just pick a number. Let's go to, it's not the 9th. It's not the 8th. Let's go bottom of the 6th. We'll be back. Not used to this afternoon baseball stuff. Welcome back here to the Gus. 1-1 is the count to the hitter for Campbellsport. That's number 16, Carson Heisdorf. Off of the glove, that's going to cause a base hit. It's a ricochet off the end of the glove.
Heisdorf with a single little lead off there after the sixth brings up shortstop number 21, Riley Coleman.
So Heisdorf gets back into this game and gets a single right away here for Campbellsport. Miller right down the middle. Number 21, Riley Coleman at the plate. We were trying to have that conversation up here before. You've got a 4-run lead. You leave Miller in there and let him go as long as he can. That's going to be foul off to the right-hand side. 0-2 to Coleman. Coleman struck out in the fourth. Had a nice sacrifice bunt in the second. Hayden Miller still on the mound for post 5-0-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, good block there by the catcher. Keegan Benbow. Went back at, tried to get one that was popped up into the fence. Here behind the plate, kind of banged his thigh, kind of right at that's where the padding level that meets the netting here. It's going to be fouled off to the right side again. Keeps it at 0-2, or 1-2, sorry. Nobody out. Inside, they already have lineups for us too. Toma does, or Germantown does. Will they be able to have somebody come up and give us pronunciations? Okay. 2-2, getting ready already for the next game here. So we got 4 games today. That's going to be fouled off to the right-hand side. Nobody else. Germantown, sorry, Jeepers. Wittenberg. Wittenberg with a 7-3 lead. Campbellsport has a runner in Heisdorf over at first. Coleman trying to get something rolling here from the plate. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Full count. Here's the pitch. Little bit high and a walk. Now there's runners at first and second. The Campbellsport offense trying to answer and come back. You know, they have the opportunity here. I mean, they've scored all kinds of runs in their previous games. They scored 9 in Game 2 against Rosendale, Brandon, or Laconia, however you want to look at it. They scored 17 in the championship game against Beaver Dam. Goes out on the mound for the second time to have a conversation with Hayden Miller. Again, I think he's just telling him, if you can throw it, throw strikes. Let's not worry about it. I mean, that's the conversation we talked about having up here. Still waiting. I'm surprised they're letting him have that conversation quite that long, but here we go. Coach also having a conversation with his catcher, Benbow. Just kind of encouraging him to keep firing strikes here, boys. We can get out of this. Here comes the pitch. In there for a strike to Owen Bong. 0-1. Yeah. I think that was in there for a ball, 1-1. See if that's what Randy pops up. That's a ball also. I think it's 2-1. Nope. Miller might be running just a little bit out of gas here, but if they can get him to get through, step back, fires over to second base. So I tried to sneak that second baseman in and behind him again. Here comes the pitch, right down the middle, fouled off. 2-2 to Owen Bong. He did some pitching here as well. He threw 45, and they pulled him out so that he can pitch again on Sunday if they're available. Now, we're kind of speculating up here. There was a pitcher who was not available based on pitchers that he threw over in the championship game against Beaver Dam, but he might be their ace. That's going to be hit on the ground. Third baseman steps, turns, throws it across the diamond, stopped there by the first baseman, thank goodness. Gets the force out, unassisted, for the first out, and Bong's going to reach on the fielder's choice.
Now batting,
Runner still at first and second.
number 24, Colton Ruppeliger.
New batter coming up here again, Colton. In there for a strike. I'll have to pick up that last name here eventually. Rupplinger. Oh, he's hitting for Zimdahl. Got him. Oh, he slipped. So Colton coming in to hit for Zach Zimdahl, who comes out of the game at the plate after he just did some pitching. 0-1 still is the count. Right down the middle, strike two. It's all that they were asking Miller to do. Get out there and throw some strikes. Get us out of this inning. Get your maximum of 105 and bring in another pitcher to stay under 30. Only one out for Campbellsport. Inside. 1-2. Hayden Miller on the mound here for Wittenberg. Delivers right down the middle. Gets him swinging for the second out. Runners at second and or first and second still.
Now batting, number 32, Eli Fleischman.
Coming back in, Eli Fleischman. Re-entering back into the game to hit. There's the pitch. Right there on the inside edge for a strike. 0-1. To the left-handed hitter. Struck out in the third. Flies up, trying to get underneath it. Oh, and just off of the glove again. A good hustle play there by Benbow, but just off of his glove. Almost want to let that third baseman take that one, but he had a great hustle play. Still 0-2 with 2 outs. Number 9 hitter in the lineup. Benbow trying to do a little bit of work on his mask. Looks like when he threw it off, a couple of the pieces snapped free from the head plate there. Got everything back organized. Campbellsport is the home team, so we are going to have a full 7th inning. Here's the pitch on the outside edge for the strikeout and ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. We'll be back here for the top of the 7th. You're listening to Jeff's Hour here on Jeff's live stream. Hope you're enjoying that broadcast. We'll be back. Oh, I got one. Oh, wait. No, that's perfect. That's it. Thank you. Welcome back here to the Gus. Top of the 7th inning. First game here of the U16 or 16U State Legion Tournament. It's going to be hit into the air by a new hitter. Out to the center fielder for an out.
Davis flies out to the center fielder for the first out.
That was Easton
Number 4, Jonas Bushman.
Davis. Thank you. That just flew out. Brings up Jonas Bushman. Down the middle there for a strike. Next game is scheduled to start here at 2 o'clock, but probably going to be right on track, I'm guessing, by the time they fix the mound and get through warm-ups. I think everybody gets warm-ups today, right? Yep. Yeah. 1-1 is the count to Bushman. Trickler over to second base, and he beats it out for an infield single. Good hustle down the line by Bushman. Left-handed hitter was able to take advantage of that hustling. He's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Hayden Miller. Still looking for his first hit. Reached on an error in the first, 2 strikeouts, and then a fly out to right. It's going to be fouled right back at us. 0-1. Wittenberg with a 4-run lead, 7-3. Jace Gable on the mound for Campbellsport, piecemealing it together today to get through this game. It's going to be high, 1-1, with 1 out. Going to be popped into the air. Not sure if it's going to get out. It does. 1-2. It's the count to Hayden Miller. Here comes the pitch. High. 2-2 from Jace Gable. Hilton is still behind the plate. He popped up in the air. That's going to be foul as well. Yeah, they just might as well put about 7 or 8 down there. Well, we could, but it just wouldn't be a good baseball game. Could get the wiffle balls out. I saw a little bit of wiffle ball yesterday on an ESPN channel. I could not believe. I didn't even know they had professional wiffle ball. Talk about some crazy pitches. Oh my gosh. That's going to be popped out of play as well. Two and two is the count. Oh, 3-2? Oh, I had 2-2. So let's. Here comes the pitch. And it was 3-2. Draws the walk.
Miller draws the walk.
Oh, yeah, I had that too. Yep.
Brings up number 17, Hudson Miller.
Runners now at first and second for Wittenberg. Brings up number 17, Hudson Miller. It's going to be fouled off. Wittenberg with the lead. Trying to advance on the winner's bracket. The loser today will play at 11:30 again tomorrow. And the winner will play at 4:30. 1-1. It's going to be hit over to the shortstop. Good diving stop, but can't make the play. That'll be an infield hit for Hudson Miller. All the runners will advance.
All runners are safe in the play. Now batting for Wittenberg, number 27, Connor.
With only one out, it's going to bring out Connor Meverden, number 27. Ball, no place to put him. 4-run lead already here for Campbellsport. Here's the pitch. In the dirt again. Ball 2. The infield's all drawn in with bases loaded, trying to stop them from advancing any further. In there for a strike. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Down the middle. It's going to be fly ball out to the right fielder. Good hustle. Picks it up. Gets the ball in as soon as he could. Good effort there by Campbellsport, but one run is going to score in Bushman.
Fielder sacrifice fly for Meverden, scores Bushman. Now batting, first baseman, number 99.
Holds the runner still at first, so Hudson Miller still at first. Hayden Miller moves over to third. Run scores, makes it 8-3. There's the pitch. A little bit high and outside to number 99, Oliver Fraza. Is that 2 singles and a hit by pitch, scored 3 times? That might be somebody if I can get down there to get an interview with. Anybody else you think I should talk to? If it's from Wittenberg, maybe Hayden Miller did a good job of pitching. Breaking ball in there. There aren't much on it, but it's in there for a strike. 1-2 to Fraza. with 2 down. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Tags him out. Who would that be? Yeah, I'll talk to Miller and Frieza right now if you think of anybody else. So stick around here at the end of the game. I'm going to see if I can get down there quick enough to get a quick interview with these 2 guys. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. 8-3 is the score for Wittenberg. Welcome back here to the Gus. Bottom of the 7th. Campbellsport trailing 8-3. New pitcher coming in here for Wittenberg from post 502. It's going to be Hudson Miller on the mound. First pitch in there for a strike. It's going to be hard hit on the ground. Fair ball. Going to get down the line. He's going to try and get to 2. He's trying to stretch it out. It's an overthrow. First baseman picks it up, and he's going to be in there for a double. Nice job there for Jace Gable. He's got things dialed in here now. It's his second double. Brings up number 14, Braden Booty. So Gable currently is pitching for Campbellsport. Booty also was in there and did some throwing. Bong did some throwing. Zimdahl did some throwing. This is only the second pitcher coming in here for Wittenberg, and I'm assuming they're going to try and keep him under 30 if they can. Ball 1 to Braden Booty. One and 2 is the count. Do a little bit of testing here with my microphone to make sure that. So doing it. I have to do a little bit of more testing here. Not sure what's going on here. Why this thing isn't turning on. There we go.
Booty flies out to the third baseman for first out.
Booty ends up flying out to the third baseman.
Center fielder.
And they pick him off at second on the throwback. And now there's 2 down.
For the second out.
Nice pickoff play there for the second out. Brings up number 6, Trent Schludweiler.
Now batting center fielder number 6, Trent Schludweiler.
Now, see, there we go. Got this microphone working here so I can go down on the field and pick up some mic or get some interviews going here. So just double checking my sound. I'll hustle down there. Talk to a couple of kiddos real quick. 2-1 with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle. That's going to be hit. Shortstop unable to dive and pick it up, and there's going to be a base hit there for Schludweiler. So Campbellsport's still alive so far here in this contest.
Number 34, Blake Helton.
So again, stick around here. I'm going to see if I can pick up a couple of interviews with some kiddos from the winning team. Right now, that's going to be Wittenberg. Next time, maybe I'll put in the chat for you guys to vote to tell them who you'd like me to talk to from the winning team. That's going to be a foul ball to the right for Blake Heltemus, the catcher. So Schludweiler with the single right up the middle for Campbellsport. Little bit high, 1-1 to Heltemus. Two and one is the count. Two outs. Hudson Miller on the mound. Inside, 3-1 to number 34, Blake Heltemus. Next pitch, down the middle. Fly out towards the right side. First baseman is underneath it and makes the final catch for the out. And Wittenberg is going to advance. They will play at 4:30 tomorrow. And Campbellsport will play at 11:30. I'm going to run down there quick and grab some interviews, and then we'll be back. Hold on. 4:30. Yep. All right, so our camera is right up there. You can see it out of the second window. So you'll have to come here just a little bit so I can make sure I got you. So I'm My name's Jeff Sauer. I'm doing the live stream. So I have with me right now number 6, Hayden Miller. First of all, tell us what you thought about having a day game like this.
Oh, it was fantastic. The morning game was great, better than hot afternoon. The game, I don't know, it just went really well, really smooth. Both sides of the floor or the field, really well.
Not trying to make you uncomfortable, but you're going to have the microphone basically stuffed in your mouth so they can hear you up there. So talk about at the plate. Struggled a little bit today.
Yeah, worked hard, but some days you don't got it, so it's okay. Move on.
Did you think it was different seeing a different pitcher every single time coming up?
Yeah, it's definitely different.
But on the mound today, you had a great day. You had 98 pitches. I don't know how many. Do you remember how many total strikeouts you had?
No, I do not.
I'll have that information the next time. This is the first time I would just rush down here. But tell me what you were feeling about on the mound and their hitters.
Oh, it was really nice to strike some guys out. My fielders backed me up and made some plays. It was really nice. Walked some guys, but pushed through and got it done.
Campbellsport has been pretty offensive so far, what they've been able to do. But again, Hayden Miller here for Wittenberg. Great job. You guys will be playing at 4:30 tomorrow, so we'll see you then, all right? Oliver, step on over here. So Oliver at the plate today. Pretty good appearances, I would say. I mean, you flew out in that first inning, then you got hit by a pitch, came and scored, and then you had back-to-back singles. So tell me what you were seeing out there on the mound.
Ball's just looking really big today, you know. You got a good day at the plate, and it just worked out for me.
Is this the first time you played on artificial?
Yeah.
So you think that helped you as well as your running?
Yeah, I slipped out there a few times, but otherwise I thought it was actually pretty nice.
And you played that first base, and you played a pretty tough first baseman as well. Did it make a difference also with the hops?
Yeah, the hops were really high, but luckily I didn't have to do any end games, so.
Excellent. Well, again, great day at the plate. Oliver, thanks again. I don't know how many RBIs. I didn't grab all that information again, but congratulations on the win. You'll see you guys at 4:30 tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Congrats. So, again, that was Wittenberg. Post 502 is going to be advancing to the next round. And I'm going to come back up and see if I can get a wrap-up of how the game went. And then we'll get ready for the next game that's supposed to start right around 2 o'clock. So, again, making my way back upstairs. 8-3 was the final score here from the Gus in Waupun as Wittenberg wins the first game. Game 2 is coming up next. I don't remember what teams are even playing. I'm just really making sure that we get through the first game. Let me see what we got. We've got Toma and Germantown playing. So stick with us. Hope that you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks again. Wittenberg will be playing 4:30, and Campbellsport will be playing at 11:30. This is Jeff Sauer here for Jeff's live stream. Take care. God bless. And I can't wait.